Really quick turnaround for the final race today. This is round 9 of the season, race 9 of the season, here at Ruapuna Park, and we're just seeing Graham win again in the Porsche, and it's been a fairly straightforward day as far as Graham's concerned because of the speed of the Porsche. Of course, didn't quite manage to win race 1, but had a very good result nonetheless. I'm having a couple of technical issues here with sound. There we go, the sound is back. We are going to have the Nissan on pole position for the final race, so that's an interesting proposition, but Martin starts alongside, who was really good in the first two races, unfortunately throwing it away in that second race. What would have been a definite podium. Still recovered well for some good points. Doogs lines up third in his Porsche, so we've got two Porsche cars in the top three, Chrysler in fourth. Dubs will be fifth, still struggling with the drivability of the Ford, but if any man knows how to do it, it's this man. Lee getting a second position in the second race today. You can hear the revs rising, these cars extraordinarily loud, and it's a really good start from Chrysler immediately, but then slows down a bit. Andy's away well from pole position though, and could hold on to the lead as we head down into turn 1. Martin's trying to sweep around the outside though in the Porsche, and I think he's going to do it. Andy sideways, I think he's done it on his own. Martin's come off as well. Lee sides through like he's done most of the day today, just cars falling off around him, and Lee straight through into the lead. That was absolutely amazing, and just behind we've got Graham up to third already. Dom's in second. Now we've seen how good Dom's been all day today. There is a safety car by the looks of things. It's a little bit of a surprise because I think everyone is going again. Yeah, not really required, but nonetheless, we didn't see what happened to Mark. I think he started in quite a lowly position, but he's still in a lowly position. Sam, almost with the podium in race 1, is at the very back. But yeah, we saw Andy coming off, which looked like it happened all on his own. We saw Martin coming off, which also looked to be on his own. We saw Lee driving through it all and straight to the lead of the race. So we do have the Ford Capri, Zach Speed car, leading them round, and I expect we'll be getting underway very quickly. Dom is going to keep an eye on that Ford in his BMW. It'll be really good to see Dom try to take advantage. We're going to go on board with Graham, third place in the Porsche, because we know how quick the Porsche is down the straight, and with the cars so bunched up, I think Lee has done an inspired move there because he's done a good restart. Dom's definitely going to have to defend from the Porsche, but I don't think he's even going to bother. The Porsche straight through and almost up to the back of Lee's Ford Capri before they've even got to the corner. And is everybody going to keep it together? No, Graham goes off. Did Graham get any help? I don't know. I didn't see it. But Dom is recovering in second place, and Lee is scarpering away in the lead at the moment. But can Dom put him under pressure? Chrysler's third. I saw another Porsche, I think that's Graham, off again in the background. He's been off, and he's off again. I don't think this race is getting any easier for him. They don't want him to win this one, do they? He's completely at the back now, and he's going to have a lot of work to do. He tries immediately to get past Dubs and does so quite well. Dom less than a second, or around a second behind Lee at the moment. And Chrysler's third, Dugan fourth at the moment. Duke's having a really good run, and Chrysler actually. And we've got a long way to go in this one, but wouldn't it be great to see one of these boys on the podium? I suspect what's more likely to happen is someone like Martin, who's been going so well today, is probably going to find a way through. But let's go on board with Dukes. We haven't really watched much with him, and let's just see what he can do. Oh, he understeers out the final turn. That's a big loss because he needed to come out of that really cleanly and have that opportunity to have a go at Chrysler going down into turn 1 and 2. He's not going to have that opportunity this time, so they go through status quo. But Chrysler, oh, contact from Martin, That was a bit of a bump. Martin immediately backs out of it. He's the good man that he is. Doesn't like knocking into people, certainly not intentionally. And but Martin has got Mark on his tail, who might not be wanting to hold back too much. Mark wants a good result out of today. Did get a podium in the last race, don't forget though. Good result from Mark. And you can see in the background Andy's Nissan dropping pretty much to the back. There's contact with those boys there, isn't there? Graham making his way back through past but the race leaders are so close now. Dom is sniffing blood from the Ford, and let's go on board with Dom. I know there's action going on throughout the field, but this is over the race lead, the most important element of the racing, if you like. And let's see, can Dom do anything? Who's got the quicker car down the straight? Well, we know they're pretty damn close. Lee makes a really good run onto the straight. That's going to protect him this time, but it does look like Dom's got a little bit more poke on the straight, just a little bit more, and they've got to be really careful. Keep it tidy, boys. Dom getting close to the grass there, but he does keep it on track nicely. Keep it together, boys. We'd love to see a different winner, but equally it would be great for Lee to win. Another one. Graham off again in the back. No, that was Douglas this time. Getting a little bit confusing between the two cars. Very similar liveries. Graham tries to launch it up the inside of K Rizzler. Can't do it. There goes Mark round again. I think Mark just lost it on his own. It was difficult to say. Sam's made his way up the fifth. A fantastic drive through the field. The Sam Chrysler goes wrong though. He's got it all wrong. He's gone through the tyre wall, and Graham moves up to third place. Chrysler drops down to fifth because Sam is straight through. This is looking like another inspired race from Sam, so great to see, but sad for Chrysler. Chrysler's still in a fairly good position at the moment. Andy, you can see, still struggling a lot in that Nissan. And out in front, I can tell you that Lee is breaking away as we head towards the halfway point in the race. I think Lee may be on for another victory here. Dom has no answer as it stands. And here's the battle on though. We have got Dudes and Mark now. So Mark is trying to get past the Porsche, Martini liveried Porsche. Now he's got a different one to deal with this time in the hands of Dukes. On board the Ford as we head down the straight. Got the Porsche off to our left, but immediately that becomes a Porsche ahead. But Dukes spuriously brakes really early, doesn't even fight position, and Mark is through to 6th place. And he'll say thank you very much for that. Dukes made that exceptionally easy for him. Could have fought that one for sure. Didn't want to. Just wants to finish the race. There's Andy going off again in the background. As we've seen so many times in that Nissan. He's really struggling to get on top of that thing. Dubs is 9th at the moment. Last of the runners. Still unfortunately not got Oz in this race. So it's Lee ahead of Dom, but Dom is dropping further and further back. Oh, was that Dubs off? Yep, Dubs is now retired. So we've lost another car. Well, that's unfortunate. He's not really enjoyed racing tonight. Anyway, Dom will be very happy, I think, with second, but there was an opportunity, I think, to win early on. That's just not coming to him, though. Lee is driving so well. Graham's third at the moment. Ninjanemo Sam 4th. Chrysler's 5th. And Mark and Dukes and Chrysler all still quite close together on track. Mark, well, Chrysler just seems to have a really decent handle on that BMW. He's probably raced better in that than he's raced in most other cars so far since he's joined the TNR fraternity. I have to say, I've been quite impressed at times with the speed and performance that is produced in this car. I would like to see him just get a few more races under his belt and see whether he can pick up a podium or so by the end of the season. Same for Dugamus really, but Mark, very experienced. Mark's won many a race, and I think he's not on for one today, but hopefully on for a decent result in this one. Out in front, Lee's now got the 3-second advantage over Dom. And we're now side by side. Mark goes to the outside. Frizzler gives really good racing room, far more than he needed to, much like Douglas did with Mark coming past. They must be so wary of the fact that Mark keeps getting taken out by people. They don't want to be the next one to do it, so they've given him some space there. And elsewise, everything's staying quite status quo on track at the moment. Graham inevitably catching on Dom, but with only 2 laps left to run, lap and 3/4, very unlikely that he's actually going to catch Dom enough to make a pass, but there is only a couple of seconds between them. I'd never say never. I think Graham would give it a shot if he could. Basically Dom needs to get through this tight handling section really well, give him the biggest gap possible going onto the straight. But Graham, assuming no mistake from Dom, Graham will not be close enough to have a go on the straight this time around, and that's the last time they do the straight in full. There is Dom, but you can see Graham in the background really putting the power down now, and that gap is just coming down and down and down quite rapidly. It is quite frightening, the difference in performance between these cars. The BMW is no shoddy vehicle at all, but this is something else. Look at the speed, and that BMW just looking bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as we head down towards turn 2, hard on the brakes. Dom's just got to hold on to this for the next minute and a half, and I think he's in fairly good position to do so. Seems to be driving very, very well, but Graham looks actually very hungry this time. It's not often you see Graham really just nail it, get the hammer down. He's always so careful and gentle with his racing, very fast as well, don't forget, but not often you see him really hunting, and he is really going for it here. Really, really good to see. It's going to be close, but I don't think Graham's quite going to do it. There goes Andy spinning around in the background again, and Mark and Douglas very close again on track. Dougs in 5th, Mark in 6th, and as we head through the final turns, well, I can tell you Lee is coming up through the final turn now, and he wins again in the Ford. A great result for Lee, excellent job. Dom is going to hold on to 2nd, I think, just ahead of the Porsche. It's going to be close up to the line, but I don't think the Porsche's quite got it. Excellent 2nd place for Dom. Graham's 3rd, a good run, another great recovery from Graham. Sam coming through the final turn, another superb performance from Sam. I know we've got a slightly smaller grid with people quitting in this one, but can't take away from this man. It's a 4th place, another 4th place. We want podium Sam, that's what we want to see. Dougs is coming across in 5th, that's a really decent result for him. Holds off the fast charging Mark. Frizzler 7th, showing some promise again at certain points of the race, and Andy showing no promise whatsoever in the Nissan. Unfortunately, really struggling with that car, very tricky car and on pad. And hopefully we'll have some more exciting racing next Thursday.